straight onto the papers then. Let's have a look at what's grabbing headlines here in France. Focus still really on French politics after winning the French left-wing primary. Benoit Hamon racing against time, really, Flo, to unite his party.
That's right, and Hamon has his work cut out for him. According to several papers, 20 Minutes, for instance, says that the Socialist Party is éparpillé, scattered around. Now, Hamon says he wants to represent the left as a whole, and he has actually extended his hand to the Green Party, and he's also extended his hand to the far left, to Jean-Luc Mélenchon. He's told members of the Green Party and the far left that should he win, he'd like them to join a governmental majority with him.
Now, the trouble is, of course, that Hamon's flirting with the far left there has upset a lot of people who want the left to become a little bit more centrist, don't they?
Absolutely. L'Opinion says that the Socialist Party is gearing up for a major clash because Hamon really has his back against the wall, according to L'Opinion. He has to choose which path to take with the left. Now, if he takes a clearly left path by extending his hand to the far left, well, he's going to alienate people in the center. But if he chooses a path that's more in the center, he's going to alienate people on the left. He can't have everything, according to L'Opinion. And then there's also the very complicated thing, which is the legacy of outgoing president, well, soon to be going out president, François Hollande. And you can see it here in this cartoon. It's depicted as an anvil. And you can see François Hollande desperately trying to auction off his bilan, his legacy of 5 years. Going once, going twice, still nobody wants my legacy. And you can see there's only one guy in the crowd there. It's Benoit Hamon, and he seems to be hesitating.
Yeah, meanwhile, according to Figaro, many socialists have a lot of doubts about Hamon. Perhaps they're a little bit tempted to go the other way towards Emmanuel Macron, the former economy minister.
That's right. According to Figaro, many people from the Socialist Party have already crossed the Rubicon. You can see here on the front page, they're talking about la fuite vers Macron. It means, I guess you could say, the leak, but also the kind of rush, the escape towards Macron's camp. It's already started, and it could accelerate in the days to come, according to Le Figaro. And Le Figaro takes a closer look at this temptation. What is the Macron temptation? And why are so many people on the left tempted? Well, according to Le Figaro, they say that, what we're seeing here happening in the left couldn't be better for Macron. He couldn't have wished for a better scenario because with someone as radical as Hamon at the head of the left, well, it means that his planets are aligning and more people are going to be tempted to join his camp.
And we've got a bit of prediction, haven't we, from Le Figaro? They're also saying that a heavyweight of the left, this is Ségolène Royal, could soon endorse him.
That's right. Now, this is not official, of course, but this is Le Figaro that's taking a closer look at Macron on the royal path. Apparently, she's taken a keen interest in Emmanuel Macron and his En Marche movement. Apparently, she's been giving him precious advice ahead of the presidential election. And of course, she knows what she's talking about because she ran for president in 2007. Apparently, according to this article, she told Macron, Emmanuel, politics is hard. You think you've anticipated everything, but it never happens as planned. A presidential election is beyond anything you could imagine.
A little bit of advice there from Ségolène Royal. Well, meanwhile, Macron is also benefiting from a political scandal. Told you about it in the news. That's rattling the Conservative Party. A scandal that's caused the presidential candidate there, François Fillon, take a big tumble in the opinion polls.
That's right. This is the so-called Penelope Gate that we're talking about. You can get all the latest details here in Le Parisien. So last week, French papers revealed that Fillon's British wife, Penelope, was paid €500,000 for allegedly a fake job as his parliamentary assistant. You can see here Le Parisien reporting that yesterday Fillon and his wife were separately interrogated by anti-corruption police for 5 hours, so quite a long interrogation. What's interesting is François Fillon said that he wanted justice to move quickly on this matter. Perhaps it's going a little too fast for him, though. And Le Parisien reports that Fillon's entourage is bracing for more leaks in the days to come. Remember, this leak came out in Le Canard Enchaîné, the satirical magazine, which comes out on Wednesdays. It's coming out tomorrow. Perhaps they'll have more information.
We shall see. I'm sure you will tell us about it. Fillon's on the offensive now, though, isn't he?
That's right. Le Figaro says that, despite this ongoing investigation, Fillon is eager for his life to go on as normal. Apparently, he wants to jumpstart his campaign by, surprise, surprise, attacking Macron, because the gap between Fillon and Macron in the latest opinion polls and prediction polls for the presidential election is getting smaller. So that's the key candidate he needs to be attacking right now. And his troops apparently are pumped up. You can read more about it here. He held this major campaign rally on Sunday, and his troops, his fans, are very excited about what he had to say. He's ready to fight like a lion.
Okay. Bit different for some party officials, though?
That's right. This is really interesting. You can read more about it in Les Echos because here's what's happening on the outside. He held this big campaign rally. Everything's okay. Les Echos reports, though, that the party itself is kind of collectively holding its breath during this investigation. Les Echos says what's interesting is this week was supposed to be about the implosion of the left wing, after the primary. But it turns out it's the right wing that's in danger, and that's what a lot of papers have been focusing on this week instead. And Les Echos says the thing about Fillon is he's really walking on a razor's edge. He has enough legitimacy to be able to bounce back, but he's very fragile. And if he were to fall, if he were to be hit by another scandal or more revelations, then he could definitely fall.
Going to talk about Libération now. This is the left-wing paper, of course. They're lashing out against the US President Donald Trump and his decision to suspend immigration from 7 mostly Muslim nations.
That's right. Let's take a look at the front page of Libération. They have a really interesting front page. You can see the American flag here, but instead of the stripes, you can see a barbed wire here. Can we stop Trump? That's what Libération wants to know. Very harsh words for the US president and his band of so-called crazy fascist types. He's testing the limits of democracy with his so-called alternative facts, according to Libération. As I said, harsh words. They're talking about state terrorism against reality. And Libé is very defiant and likes what it's seeing in the States with all these protest movements against the president and says, there will be a fight in the States, but there will also be a fight here on the other side of the Atlantic.
Okay, well, that's according to the left-wing daily Libération here in France. Thanks, Flo. Flo Villeneuve with the paper. She'll be back with the international version in a couple of hours' time, so stay with us for that.